He's got to do it again. Ashton Grant from 4, McCulloch 5, Bethune goes from 6, Chris Cox on 7, Kieran Woods 8, Snowden from 9, Corey Green off 10, Hicks off 11, McLaren from 12, O'Meara Hunt back there in 13th. So surprising to see Rihanna back there. Jaden Hardy from 14. Here we go. Lights out. Bailey's Real Estate bringing you Rotax light racing and Harrison Hoey. It's deja vu. We've got another Australian leading a New Zealand title. Stitchbury animated under brakes as he locks it up to the top of the mountain in turn 3. Hoey looks back. Down through the paperclip. As they rack and stack this huge field. Big moves being made further back. Is that O'Meara Hunt trying to make it force the issue? I think it was the number 6. She's had good race pace. Suffered a couple of incidents out on the track. That's why she started so far back. And they now wind their way back down for the opening lap. Harrison Hoey looking quick. Stitchbury's gone back to 3rd. As coming through for that second place position, Daniel Kinsman. He wants at least one championship here. And none of them will want to see a repeat of what we just saw Jaden Pope do. 3rd place is Stitchbury, Bethune in 4th. I tell you, 32, Josh Bethune. Brilliant senior championship for him. Will anyone pull out of the draft down here? Yes, they do. Further back. Whoa, that was a stunning move. Again, that's O'Meara Hunt. Well, racing Rihanna in that lead sled. Definitely not scared to throw it up the inside. If you hesitate, she'll do it. Cody Gillis is moving up quickly through this field also. The number 36, the world champion. We'll figure out where he is next time by. 18 laps. Hoey, Kinsman, Stitchbury, Bethune. Then it is a 7 of Grant, McCulloch, Cox, Woods, Wenslick, O'Meara Hunt. And then behind O'Meara Hunt in the 11th, 36, Cody Gillis. Well, Cody's got some tremendous race pace. Fastest on the track, though, Daniel Kinsman. 54.8 for the New Zealand champion. And there's a move from 3rd place. Stitchbury back up the inside. Makes the move. Well, Hoey's found himself back in 3rd place now. Leading a final and gets passed by both Kinsman and Stitchbury. Round through the sweeper. And the long drag back down to the low elevation here past the media centre start line and gallery. And again, great to see so many people still here lining the fence. It's been a long time coming, this race, hasn't it? It was originally scheduled back at 1:35. It's now 3:30. Almost 2 hours since we were first supposed to stage this race. That is tension. The driver that wins this is the one who can manage his thoughts the best. And the master of that, he's out in front leading it and defending a title, Dan Kinsman. Brilliant freight train shot there from the live stream, brought to you by Carter's Tyre Service. Ash and the team this weekend, Richard and Zane also for the pit cameras, have done an outstanding job for us, and you've got to thank them for that through the comments. We want to see those positive comments coming through. Remember, you can watch it at any time. You don't have to watch it today live. You can go back and watch it tomorrow. I'm going to sit down with a cold beverage tomorrow and relax and watch some of this outstanding footage. 16 to go. Fastest on track, 32, Josh Bethune. No, it isn't. It's Cody Gillis. He snatched it away. Still in 10th place, though, Cody Gillis. Oh, contact down in the bags. Cody Gillis. I was looking at the screen right there. The world champion ends up in the bags with the 69 of Kieran Woods. Well, that's unfortunate for Cody. You can see raising the arm as he was making a big charge forward. Been involved in a few incidents there, whether rightly or wrongly, for the world champion. Just shows, doesn't matter what title you've got next to your name, you've got to have some luck on your side in motorsport. He's had luck, but it's all been bad. Kinsman leading 15 laps. We're only a quarter of the way through. Can Stitchbury conceivably win a national crown? He's still the track record holder in Te Puke. Third place is Harrison Hoey. Stitchbury was fastest as well, 54.2. 6/10 off track record pace. These karts aren't an optimum performance though yet. Still early in this final. Gillis now running laps out there on his own. Round up through the sweeper. Now we've got a 5-kart breakaway. On the back of that is the 7 of Ashton Grant. As they all tuck in behind the wheel. Look at Harrison Hoey. He's very good at that. The big surprise for me is the pace of Bethune. Now, to be fair, Bethune's junior career, and I'll say it, I didn't think was that spectacular. But I'll tell you what, he's transitioned to senior racing very, very quickly. And that happens a lot. I see some of the best juniors in the country have not such a good senior career. And then you have the reverse, where someone suddenly finds their form and everything just fits. The jigsaw puzzle comes to play when they move seniors. And that looks like that's happening for the 32 of Bethune. And the fact that he won that South Island Formula First Championship, well, that certainly hasn't done his confidence any harm, has it? And he was quickest on that last lap again, 54.23 for the 32. Out of the right kart stable. As the top 5 charge down the back straight to have 13 laps to go. Stitchbury's starting to come on. And he will dive to the inside of the New Zealand champion at turn number 1. Stitchbury back where he probably felt he should be, but Kinsman retaliates. He's good at that, Dan Kinsman. You might put a pass on him, but he's not going to let you have it for very long. He'll fake you into a false sense of security. And now Stitchbury's got to worry about Harrison Hoey through the paperclip. Bethune still 4th. Grant's in 5th place. Michael McCulloch, he's a spectator back there in 6th place. He can't do anything about it at the moment. Chris Cox is 7. O'Meara Hunt, it's been a good drive back for Racing Rihanna. Don't know how much further up she can go here in the last few laps of this race. Remember, we're going to have 12 to go. We're not half race distance yet. Bethune's tucked up in behind the wheel. Well, Stitchbury has got a fast kart. He's able to stay out of the clutches of Harrison Hoey. Great shot there at turn number 1. Well, can Kinsman grab an 8th New Zealand Sprint Kart title? He's already seen brother Matt raise his tally to 9. Dan would love to go away with at least 1 and try and stay in the hunt with his brother for that match of titles. And you wouldn't discount in 12 months' time for him to come back out and do it again. That's the most amazing thing about Dan Kinsman in front. Concentrating more on his working life these days, and fair play, you know, if you're going to buy a house and you need to work and earn money, he's very fortunate to be able to still come out here in 12 months and do this and be as competitive as he is. Obviously he maintains his body weight to a reasonable level as well. Stitchbury hounded by Harrison Hoey. Kinsman's just gone fastest, 54.1. Still half a second off track record pace though. Using the curb off the exit of turn 3. Well, let's see if Stitchbury's able to close back up. He's only a 10th off that pace. He's 0.3 of a second back. Harrison Hoey's only 0.1 back behind Stitchbury. The shots as they go back up to that sweeper at the very picturesque, beautiful Mamikau range here for the Century Batteries International Raceway. Te Puke would be the only other track that I would class that has as beautiful a scenery as this. And this truly is an international raceway. And we've had international class racing here today. Anyone from around the world who's been watching this racing would have to be impressed with the standard of our youngsters. And that's transferring over to our international success as well. Exactly like Scotty McLaughlin, who we had here yesterday, who is in fact our KartSport New Zealand patron. And great to see him put that back into the sport. Stitchbury's closing in. Stitchbury is fast through that paperclip. He was quickest on the previous lap, 54.11. 5/100ths faster than the race leader. That's not much. Hoey's still in contention as well, 54.2. Hoey, though, he's an experienced driver, tucking in behind the wheel. They've put a small gap back to Bethune in 4th. Grant's still there in 5th place. McCulloch now has to contain the 12 of Chris Cox. Chris Cox has got to be one of the most solidly dependable drivers that New Zealand ever had in karting. He's won multi-South Island championships. He's won New Zealand titles. He always seems to be in the presentations at the end of a championship somewhere, whether it be from 1st to 6th. He just somehow seems to be there. He's currently trying to get on that podium in 6th place by trying to pass McCulloch. Kinsman still leads. Harrison Hoey was quickest last time, 54.0. Will we see a sub 54? We'll have 8 laps to go next time. Round through the S's onto the back straight where they use all of the curbing on the outside of the corner. You can see how much there's undulations on that back straight. This track might look absolutely smooth on this live stream, but you watch the karts come down the back straight, you can see the kart moving about. They call it dancing about on the racetrack. A driver's got to keep his focus, keep his hands on the wheel, maintain that and keep the momentum up. As soon as you lose momentum in a kart, it's going to cost you big time. And Stitchbury again makes a run on the race lead. Have a look further back through our field, shall we? We kind of forgot about them a little bit. We look at 10th place, Jaden Hardy. Bradley Hicks is 11th, Sam Hunter 12th, Bradley Wenslick's 13th, Caleb Gargan is in 14th. It's been a solid senior debut for Jackson Whitfield from Hawke's Bay. He's in 16th position. Cody Gillis, a world champion, in 21st. 7 laps to go. Closing out a title. Brought to you by Bailey's Real Estate. Big thank you to Derek Enright and the team. Multi-award winning team they are in Fenton Street in Rotorua. When you're buying or selling real estate, go and give them a call. And it's Kinsman who owns the real estate at the moment. Still leading this final. He was quickest last time by. Stitchbury perhaps needs to make a move, because Harrison Hoey could be faking them all out back there in 3rd. Bethune's dropped back. Ashton Grant, he doesn't seem to have the pace to get past Bethune either. So those two are dropping back off this top 3 battle. They'll come down the back straight with 6 to go. 6 laps to a championship. A little bit animated in the kart there for the 72 of Stitchbury. That's how hard he's pushing. Is that kart still nice and loose? And is it about to come on? The 72 of Stitchbury from Hawke's Bay. Qualified 2nd. Was top point scorer over the heats. Started pole position for the pre-final. Started the final on grid position number 1. Finds himself in 2nd place behind none other than a New Zealand champion. A multi-time, 7-time national title holder. What has that Kinsman family not done? Well, that list would be a lot shorter than the one that says what they have. That's why you'll find them mentioned on the history page on the New Zealand KartSport web page, and I'll tell you what, it's a very interesting read indeed. Kinsman's just up the pace though. Look at that, he's stretched out a little bit. 5 to go, we're in the last quarter. 54.15 Kinsman, 54.18 for Stitchbury, 54.15 for Hoey. Bethune 54.3, he's 2/10ths off, that's why that gap keeps increasing. It's 0.2 to Stitchbury, 0.2 back then again to Hoey, but it's 1.2 to Bethune. Best of the rest still McCulloch. O'Meara Hunt, well, Racing Rihanna might find herself on the podium down the inside of the paperclip. She's come from grid 13 or 14. I can't remember which one it was, but now Racing Rihanna with 35 kilos on that lead sled has hauled her way up onto perhaps a trophy position at prize giving tonight. Chris Cox in 8th place. Can he find a way past McCulloch? 4 laps to go. Look at Hoey, absolutely tucked in behind the wheel, trying to get everything out of that number 97 kart. You can guarantee none of these drivers will leave anything out there on the racetrack. A driver will beat himself up mercilessly if they think they haven't tried hard enough, and Ashton Grant has finally got past the 32 of Bethune. That's the run for 4th and 5th place. O'Meara Hunt starting to stretch away in 6th. As our race leader comes off the bottom turn at turn number 7 to make the run up the top of the mountain. The laps are just about done. We'll have 3 to go next time by. Will we see a 3rd national title today go to the Kinsman family? That's almost 50% of titles this weekend. That would be absolutely unbelievable yet again. But it's not over. Stitchbury's going to chase him. Hoey's still there in 3rd. Kinsman 54-2, Stitchbury 54-1, 54-2 for Harrison Hoey. Stitchbury was the quickest of the top 3. Is Stitch going to come on? Can he win a national karting title and make it 2 for Hawke's Bay this weekend? He's already seen Zach Saloon take out the Rotax heavies. Hawke's Bay needs a shot of adrenaline back there for our club. We've already had it with Saloon doing us proud, and Stitchbury doing us proud again here in Light. I am convinced he'll take out this championship. It would take a major piece of drama for them to be denied it. Grant's still there in 4th, Bethune in 5th, O'Meara Hunt 6th, 7th is McCulloch, 8th is the 12 of Chris Cox. Down through the infield to Paperclip. The switchback part of the racetrack, there we see Stitchbury close within a kart length. It's go time for the 72 and 97 if they want any chance of this championship right now. Stitchbury, if he's possible to put a wheel up the inside, could play into the hands of Harrison Hoey from Australia and make it another Australian title victor. It's not a done deal. We've got 1 and a bit to go as they come off the corner. Kinsman is so strong through that switchback onto the back straight. He opened up another bit of an advantage there over the 72. Stitchbury a little bit animated off that corner. 1 lap to go for a Rotax Lights New Zealand Championship. Can Dan Kinsman back it up and go back-to-back in 8 New Zealand Sprint titles? Up through turn number 3. The little kink on the run down into turn 4. Then the fast number 5 here as they enter the Paperclip. Stitchbury, I don't think he's got it in the tank. Hoey, I don't think has got anything for the race leader either. They go through that final part of the Paperclip section. It's just a couple of vital corners here for Kinsman to keep it clean and keep it on the black stuff as he tries to defend this New Zealand title. Round through switchback, onto the back straight. It should be done from there. Have we sorted out a podium? Hoey's not far back. They'll come round to turn number 11 for the final time. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Kinsman will make it back-to-back national titles for Rotax Light. Zach Stitchbury 2nd for Hawke's Bay, 3rd place for Australia. On the podium for Harrison Hoey. 4th place will go to Ashton Grant. 5th place for Josh Bethune. 6th place to O'Meara Hunt. 7th will go to Michael McCulloch. 8th for Braden Snowden. 9th place Jaden Hardy. And just inside the top 10, the number 12 from Christchurch, Chris Cox.